Okay, we're going to stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome,
Okay.
welcome everyone.
Well, let's start off with the meetings, or the minutes from the last meeting. Everybody have a chance to take a peek at it.
Looking at it now.
Okay?
I don't see anything
I
unusual.
looked at them earlier, I don't see any additions or corrections or changes I think need to be made.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
And yes. There is no financial, this is the year end. Let's go to communications.
NOPEG is once again making funds available to member communities through our community event sponsorship program. They're giving away, the sponsorship award is $1,500. Deerfield Township can nominate somebody to receive this award. We've done this in the past, we awarded it to the Civic Association, but they never
But we
received.
never
They never
got
did receive it though, when we did that, so we'll find out about that. I remember we turned that in and
Yeah.
everything.
But I believe,
It has to be an organization, it couldn't be Mark Bann.
No.
Oh,
Has
well,
to be
that's a quick no.
has to be a non-profit for the betterment of
I
community.
mean, why not try,
basically.
right?
right,
Okay,
but this needs to be submitted by March 31st, 2020.
okay, we'll table that for now, we'll go into it.
We need to do the 2020 Volunteer Firefighters Dependents Fund. We need to nominate 2 board members to be legislative authority for fire department. And then 1 member that's not on the board or on the fire
A
department.
community member.
Mhm.
I'll be one of the board members unless you guys want to do it again. I'll be one of the board members.
You good, Randy?
I'm good.
I'll nominate Ed Dean and Randy Wilburn. Now we need a non-board community member.
Don't all jump up. What is it for?
If a member of the fire department would get killed or hurt very badly or whatever, that as a group, we just step in and make sure that the funds that should be made available to them are made available and dispersed, workman's comp, whatever else they may run into. It's just an oversight board basically that
It gets done.
gets, just to make sure it gets done.
Yeah.
We have no meetings a year, we do nothing a year other than if something would happen, which we've never had anything happen, and we're not going to in the future. Would you like to do that?
Sure.
Okay,
You want to nominate her?
I'll nominate Missy for that. And
I'll second.
And yes.
Need her address too.
yeah, we'll need your address.
Of course, I think I have that.
Yeah, we don't meet or anything, Missy. It's just in case something catastrophic would happen. We're there to make sure things are done correctly then.
Okay.
I thought during that, ever who took it, they'd cook a meal every 3 months.
Well, yeah, well, we were gonna announce that at the organizational meeting first of the year, but
Bob Evans, I'm
But
not
she's
Bob
already
Evans.
agreed it? Okay.
Give Missy the phone.
so that's done.
Deerfield Township received a subpoena requesting records from Christopher Kirkpatrick for a complete record of the meetings from September 23rd, in which he gave a speech. I faxed this over today, so it's
Okay.
been completed.
He didn't really give a speech, he just made some comments and stuff, and other members did, but we sent it to him, whatever we had, we sent it to him, so.
The Northeast Ohio 4-County Regional Planning and Development Organization, they issued a press release last week regarding an update to their clean water plan, known as the 208 plan. It's up for a 60-day public review and comment period.
Okay.
ODOT is notifying us of a project in the area. They're going to be doing some work on US 224, performing miscellaneous bridge work on the bridge over Willow Creek and culvert work on 224.
That's
gonna
not
take
until
place
21 or 22, is it though?
Summer and fall 2020.
Oh, 20, okay, I thought they were gonna do that in 21, okay.
And the Portage County Regional Planning Commission Sent a replat of subdivision known as replats of sublot 62 and 63 in the Treasure Cove allotment on Treasure Boulevard, lot 35 in Deerfield Township. The purpose is to create sublot 62A. Although the drawing isn't correctly showing it, the intent is to combine these lots into one sublot. There's an existing house on the site. This will be one of the many items that will be corrected. They need their comments back by today, but we didn't receive it till after the last meeting. If you guys want to look at it.
Well, if the plot isn't correct, I mean, how can they move forward if they even say it's not correct?
Yeah, they're saying, here, it's not correct, go ahead and sign it. No.
Isn't that what you said, that even though,
Yeah, so
Because I could see 10 years down the road,
yeah, that's the intent to combine.
yeah, they're not correct, but that's the intent. I totally oppose that under those circumstances, don't you?
well, it has to be, everything has to be right to be able to sign anything on it. Which ones are they, these two?
62, 63.
Same owner?
Same owner.
Okay. So they want to combine these two as one lot, but where's the incorrection?
I don't care that
It
they
isn't
do that.
correctly showing it. Okay, so whatever they submitted, it's not correct. It's resubmitted. Is that what you're taking out of that?
Drawing isn't correctly showing it.
I think we need some more information.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta have a correct plot map.
How long do we have it to reply to that?
Today.
The meeting is on January 8th, so.
Yeah, maybe we should call and find out, if it's due today and the meeting's on the 8th of January, we should be able to do something for tomorrow.
That's Portage County Regional Planning. Why would they do that, Sabrina?
Oh,
Put over incorrect stuff.
yeah.
I mean, the drawing's not right, but their intent's to do this. My only comment is, no, I'm not, I'm totally
I would
opposed to
get a
that.
hold of
Todd,
Todd Peets and see, is that who it came from?
yeah, Regional
It's
Planning,
Todd.
Todd Peets.
Yeah.
Can we get a copy of that after the meeting so we can call and find out why it's not a correct drawing?
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, Randy?
I have nothing.
No additional.
I have nothing either. I do want to talk about the recycling. Doesn't have to be in too by the end of the year. Didn't they send us a
Yeah.
contract?
Where
Right.
is the contract?
We had it, I think we tabled it from,
Oh,
We tabled it, they want an
Where
answer.
is it?
It's in our desk, we have
Oh.
it. in
it's
there.
our desk?
Yeah, it's on our desk in
Okay.
there.
okay.
So, should I go get that? I think they wanted a 5-year contract.
We talked about this before briefly. Solid Waste
Yeah,
would
grab
have a
that.
5-year contract. I'm not allowed to participate in a conversation, so that's really all I'm gonna say about
Well,
it right there.
And my thoughts are, this is where they want to increase the amount of the container every year. They want a 5-year contract. I'm thinking we're just gonna go ahead and renew it for 1 year. Basis only.
If we
At
make
this
a motion to extend a contract for 1 year, I would think you'd have to send a copy of that motion to Solid Waste. And
That's,
see what they do with it at that point.
because again, right now it's $2,400. So then next year they're gonna raise everything 100. We have 4 containers, it's another 400. Now it's 28. And every year for the next 5 years, they want to add $100 to it. Is that it?
I think
Is that the
so.
extra contract?
Yeah, it should be in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep, that's it. Yeah, drop-off service $600.
Per
One
container.
rate per container. And then raise every,
every year over the life of the 5-year contract, $100 per container.
yeah. So here's, I think, where we're gonna go. So I'm gonna make a motion that we extend this contract and send this over for the period of 1 year only.
I'll second that, because I don't wanna go more than one
Nancy,
year.
do we have the money to pay that $2,400? Okay,
So this is just only a 1 year extension. That's all we're asking for. So,
that's all we're
If
agreeing
you
to.
sign that, is there a place on that contract?
no, well, see, that's the thing. I'm not seeing this. This is the
That's why I said
agenda, solid waste.
Kristy will need to send a copy of our motion to solid waste, and they will have to provide a updated
The
contract for
roll
1 year.
call
I
as
would
follows.
think.
This was I, clerk of the board, district commissioners, do I certify the foregoing is true and correct copy of resolution of the board duly adopted September 5th, 2019, appearing upon the official records of said board journal 11. And this was also the clerk solid waste district commissioner. Let's see. Our contract expires 12/31/19. Right now, our current contract.
Current contract.
So
So you made the motion to
to
extend the contract 1 year,
1 year only.
And I second it.
Okay.
and I abstain.
Okay. So other than that, we'll go to the fire department real quick. Brian is not.
One more thing before
Yes.
fire department.
Oh.
We need to adopt a resolution to authorize the fiscal officer to request a temporary budget appropriation from the Portage County Budget Commission for 2020 in the following amounts. The general fund, 100,000, motor vehicle license tax fund, 10,000, gasoline tax fund, 70,000, road and bridge fund, 25,000, cemetery fund, 2250, fire protective fund, 75,000, permissive license tax fund, 15,000, totaling 297,500.
And that's just a temporary,
Those are temporary.
not a
297 what?
permanent one.
500.
Yeah, we do every year.
Those are the same amounts we do. every
Okay,
year.
I move that we accept it.
I'll second that.
And yes. Okay. Are you good? You got anything else? Are you
good.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Fire department, really quick, Brian went on a call. He is at run 499. They're gonna probably hit 500 runs, first time ever. He is asking that Greg Lansford be reimbursed for his EMR test, which is $75.
We need a receipt for it.
Yep.
Which we will get. But, so I'm gonna move that we pay that.
Yeah, I'll second that upon receipt of the receipt.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I am done with all that. You wanna go to,
We have a guest tonight, Sabrina Christian Bennett, one of our Portage County Commissioners and a very active commissioner, I may add. And she's going to say a few words on the floor, and then she's going to swear in Mark and Kristy for their next term after she's done.
There's he
Answering
said swear
questions.
in, not swear at Mark Bann.
I thought you said right.
Hi, as Ed said, I've been here before, but I'm Sabrina Christian Bennett. I'm one of your 3 commissioners. I am looking to seek re-election. I'll be running next year on the ballot. In my tenure of the 4 years, some of the things I'm really proud of is we are going on year 4 that we have not accrued any new debt to the county. So, and we've done that through like attrition, cutting back on costs and expenses. One of the things that has contributed to our success and savings, and we're going to have a pretty healthy carryover this year, is the fact, unfortunately, that we have not done any major capital improvements. So although it looks really good for us that we're going to have about a $14 million carryover, which is like the largest we've had in quite some time, there's probably $20 million of capital improvements that have been delayed. And you know what happens when you delay that? It just keeps accumulating the cost. So first part of the year, the first thing we're going to be looking at is one of the things is we update and modernize our motor pool. So instead of having our own motor pool now, we actually go through enterprise fleet management. And so by doing that, we no longer have a reason to have our own motor pool and mechanics and stuff. And it's been very cost efficient for us to do that. But at the same point in time, our old motor pool site was a gas station. So in order for us to sell that property, we have to remove the tanks and stuff because we used to fuel there. Whereas now, through Enterprise, we have fleet cards that they can pretty much go to any of the area gas stations and fuel up there. So it's been really good for us so far. It's only been, we're a year into it actually. I think November 20th, to be honest, has been a year, and so far it's worked out really well for us, as well as especially with the sheriff's cars, because they put a lot of miles on their cars, so we lease them. So at the end of the lease, we know at reach 200,000 miles, which doesn't take them long to do, because the county's so spread out. They know that they're going to be getting a car, which also reduce the risk of us trying to maintain an old fleet, and then in the long run it ended up costing us more money. One of the other things
And you're extending
that
that
I
to
had-
Deerfield Township.
yeah, well, we're still seeing, like I said, we just you guys can actually check into Enterprise. I mean, it's really a good thing. But I mean, I was never a person to lease cars. I buy a car and I keep it for 10 years. So there are some departments, and an example of them is like the prosecutor's office. I mean, they don't put a lot of miles on their cars, so they ask to actually purchase them. Where the fleet maintenance, where they release them, comes in is where they have a lot of high miles, a lot of usage on them, because then we know every 5 years we're going to be getting a new car. But for the departments that actually don't put a lot of miles, but yet they are required to have a separate car, we actually purchase those outright because it makes more economic sense to purchase them, because those cars will last 10 years versus every 5 years just leasing to be leasing. So one of the other things that they haven't done a story on it yet, but I'm really proud of is I helped actually spearhead a pilot program at the jail. You guys read all the time, we have a big problem with the jail. As you know, we ended up spending 20-some million to add a pod onto it because our numbers were up, and especially with the female population. But they had what they called a work release program, where if anyone coming in the jail had a job, but they had to spend time there, they could get out. We have piloted a program with Paris Linens, and they will actually come in and interview and hire incarcerated inmates while they are incarcerated. So what that means for us is they will be working at Paris. They can earn not only money, to have for spending money while they're incarcerated, and then they also have to pay a premium to the jail, 20% or something, I think it is. But it also allows them to start paying their fines and fees. If they have child support, we take child support out. If they have maybe a kid or children and a wife at home or a significant other at home, and their income's going to be at a loss because when they ended up in jail, they can actually send money to a landlord. So it's an interesting pilot program that Paris actually started in Jefferson County, which is where they originated out of, and it's been very successful there. And I ran into the vice president of Paris. He was at Guido's one day. I ran into this guy. He had a bright orange Paris t-shirt on. And I thought, I'm going to see. I said, hey, you work at Paris? And the guy across from him just laughs. He goes, yeah. And I said, oh, what do you do there? And he's like, well, actually, I'm the vice president of Paris. I'm just down here on a shop visit, checking things out. But I said, well, I'm a county commissioner. I said, we just started the pilot program. And he said, I just want to tell you, your courts, because it takes a lot of people to do it. I mean, we had to work with the judges, the sheriff. We worked with Jobs and Family Services because transportation, is an issue. We have to transport them from the jail to Paris. Everyone is like, and then we worked with like Hope Village. They do the assessments. And then Jobs and Family Services. I mean, a lot of things that we take for granted, a lot of those people either don't have an ID, maybe they have a license, but they don't have a birth certificate, or they don't have like a social security card or anything. They're able to get all that stuff while they're incarcerated so that they can get a job. And then when they get out, they still have that job at Paris, or if they want to move on. We're hoping that with the success of the program, because all we hear is, one of my big things for this upcoming campaign is to work on workforce, because I don't know how many times I hear when I go out, because I go out and do like site visits. I'll go to like Parker Hannafin, I'll go to little machine shops. I mean, I like to be out and know, I mean, I represent all of you. And so the biggest thing we hear is we can't find good people. We can't find skilled people. And so when I'm out and about, we're hoping that more people will give them an opportunity, because as a sheriff, and Chief Kelly told me, he said, when we first introduced this program, he goes, once these people get in here and they get, detox and they get a clear head, he said, they're really good people. But he said, they just don't have a lot to go back to, and that's why there's such high recidivism. So we're hoping that with this program, it gives them hope that someone would allow them to work for them. They start earning their own money. They can start paying off fines and fees. I mean, how frustrating. You get a felony, no one wants to hire you. Then you get out of jail, and it's like, you got $2,000 in fines, and you got to pay it, or we're picking you back up. I mean, in some ways, we almost set them up to fail. So with this program, it's done really well. And actually, one of the supervisors there was actually a person that had went through the Hope Court that Judge Shorty does, and she's actually a supervisor there. She got her act together. She's been in sobriety for 2 years, and she's actually a supervisor there. But the nice part about it for the inmates is that you don't know the inmate from someone else that's working there. Jobs and Family Services helps them get jeans. They look like any other, unless they actually tell who they're working with that they're at the county jail. No one knows. I mean, they get a regular name badge and stuff, so it sort of gives them a little incentive, a little hope that, they can turn their lives around. There is another life besides, couch surfing or, being homeless. So that's one of the things I'm really proud of, other than, we've been very fiscally conservative. Like I said, we're going to have a very healthy carryover. But as I always say, all good things come to an end. I'm sure you guys also read in the paper that we have a lot of lawsuits coming our way due to like the sheriff's department and other things. And as the county commissioners, that falls under us. So there's some potentials for some punitive damages that have to be paid out, which is not covered under our insurance. So that means it comes from the general fund. So between repairs, unexpected lawsuits, which we always plan for, and then just unexpected expenses. Fortunately, we're hoping to see maybe like February, March. I don't know if anyone's followed about the internet sales, how they're going to start taxing internet sales. Has anyone followed that? Because that's going to impact us here in Ohio. Because, the thing with the internet sales, and my kids don't even go to the grocery store. I'm like, get off that computer. They're like, we're ordering groceries. I mean, they order them from Walmart. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh Mom, you just like to gawk and talk to everyone. But anyways, the Governor DeWine in his biennial budget put in there that we could start charging anyone who does internet sales, like Amazon, Wayfair, any of them that have over 200 transactions a year is going to have to start paying sales tax. So we will receive a portion of that back at the local level through the county. So, that's one good thing that we have going. The other thing is the jail is going to be finished. There was 2 phases of it. I don't know if a lot of people know this. Other than building on a pod, we also had to rehabilitate and rehab certain portions of the old jail in order to be compatible with the new jail, with like the new locks, because everything in the new pod, I mean, it's like you sit there in front of a big computer screen and you're constantly, I always say it's like playing Candy Crush. I mean, the buzzers are buzzing, and the nice part is it has reduced the staff in some ways, because a lot of the like visitations and stuff now are going to be done over the video cameras and stuff for people like that can't get here. If you have a loved one that gets incarcerated and maybe you live 2 counties over or whatever, they can actually do visitation via the internet. The other thing is if you want to give money into a commissary account for your loved one, you can now do that electronically over the internet if any of your internet people. Otherwise, you can still go to the jail and turn in money or whatever in the old way, but they're just trying to reduce the amount of movement for the inmates, because then that reduces the chances of, you know, a mishap or an incident happen. So, let's see here. One of the other things I'll be focusing on my reelection is not only to continue to work on the workforce issues. As a matter of fact, we oversee Jobs and Family Services, and we have a bunch of cohort programs where we actually have manufacturers that will actually hire high school kids, and they will have them work like 2-3 days. They'll have them in schooling, sort of similar to like the trade schools and stuff. And then at the end of the 6 weeks program, they have an opportunity to have a job as well. So there are different things that we're trying to do. We also have what they call a reverse job fair, where the kids come to the job fair and then like all the employers come and like search them out, versus, you know, it's a little awkward for the kids. I went to a job fair and they had a lot of employers there, but you know, the kids are awkward, you know, especially because they're used to being in front of, I mean, they can't text someone that's standing in front of them, hey, I need a job. So it's sort of nice because now the employers actually go and seek out the children and start talking to them and trying to sell them why they should come and work for them. So there's a lot of things that we're trying to do. We also have a program for children that are getting out of foster care. It's called Bridges, where we help them once they're out of foster care. Sometimes once they turn 18, they like have no place to go. So we have a program we're working on transitioning to help those kids get set up in like an apartment, get a job, and everything before they come out of foster care. So there's a lot of things that we are working on to improve the quality of life and try to help distress situations without having to tax the taxpayers or taking out new debt. And like I said, but all things do come to an end. Next year is going to be a tighter year. This year, the second half of the year, although the first year, part of that year, our revenues were up, our expenses were lower. Second half, the revenue's down and the expenses are up a little bit, and that's due to the transitioning of the jail pod, because we're opening it up in phases. And so hopefully we're not going to have to put anything on the levy. We're hoping that maybe once we get a new sheriff in there and we get situated in there, that maybe the staffing needs is not as astronomical as being proposed to us at this point in time. So, but anyways, I'm not here to talk all night, because they said, oh, it'll only be a half-hour meeting, so here I spent 20 minutes. So I apologize for that.
There goes my
time. But you have information if you ever want to call me or talk to me. I'm out a lot in the public. I'll come to you. I mean, I travel. That's one thing I like to do. I don't like a 9-to-5 job at my desk. You know what? As a county commissioner, there's a lot to cover, in the county, and I can't do it sitting behind a desk all day. So like I said, I'll go out on journeys for like we'll go through, I'll do like almost like field trips. I'll go line up with like the development board, and we'll go on visits to shops and stuff, so I know, other ways that I can help the community, as well as through the social service programs. And anything else, if you ever have any suggestions or anything, give me a call. I work for you. I'm a public servant, true and true, and I do answer my phone, even after hours. So feel free to get a hold of me. But at this time, I think I'm gonna swear in Mark and Kristy.
Okay.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
You
All
guys want-
right.
You guys want to stand up? Probably go over in front of her, or just where you're
Yeah.
at. Better go over in front of her, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in that area.
We're gonna do them one at a time. Can you take pictures so then I can? Well, when we're done, we'll all three take
Absolutely.
pictures. So yeah,
Let me get my phone.
I'll do Mark
Oops, sorry.
first.
You can,
Okay.
We'll do rank and file first.
Give me 1 second.
Then we'll do the most important one.
Just
Fiscal
remember
Officer
you're on
last.
camera.
That's right. He better behave.
Turn that on him.
Can't behave.
Do you need any oxygen right now?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mark will vow that I do travel. We went to the Pentagon on
Well,
Berlin.
if you know her Facebook, every night she's out doing
Yeah.
something in the community. I mean, she's everywhere. So I don't think there's anybody that doesn't know you.
That was a long day to the Pentagon and back that day.
Yeah, the licorice was short too.
Okay. Okay, you want to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Mark Bann,
I work in.
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio.
and that I will faithfully perform all the duties
And I will faithfully perform all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as trustee for Deerfield Township,
as trustee for Deerfield Township,
Portage County, Ohio.
Portage County, Ohio.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You're official. And then you'll sign here, and there's your oath of office. All right, Kristy, do you want to come next?
Make sure this is Kristy Elliott.
Is that right? Okay. I went and looked on the Board of Elections, so I knew how you were on the ballot, because I'm like, I've been to these things, and names are wrong, and I have the longest name of the world. And I'm like, so, and I also own a real estate title company, so I know how important detail is. So, but yes, it's right. Okay, if you will raise your right hand, please. I, Kristy Elliott,
I, Kristy Elliott,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as Fiscal Officer
as Fiscal Officer
for Deerfield Township,
for Deerfield Township,
Portage County, Ohio.
Portage County, Ohio.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And there's this. And then you guys will both sign here to make it official. I've signed off. All right. You
Thank
guys
you.
will be all set.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to come in.
Thank you.
Sabrina.
I don't know what we're gonna do with all these, but I'll take.
All right, we got a couple more things.
Yes.
Road Department, just waiting for the snow. We're all ready to go for the snow. Not a lot going on right now. It's pretty quiet. One thing we do, I need to revisit the fire department for a second. I forgot about something. The chase truck, the pickup truck's leaking a lot of oil. We're thinking maybe the oil pan has a rust hole in it or something because it's leaking a lot of oil.
Okay, well,
We need to take that somewhere and at least get it evaluated and get a cost for fixing it, whatever it is.
originally, he thought it was the drain plug. Then he had told me that it was a rear main seal, he thought. I told him either take it over to Broadway or Wolfie's transmission, they can drop it and give us an estimate. I don't know, that was my suggestion to him. I don't care.
Do we want to take it there? We want to take it to Sarshone just to get the estimate, then decide from there where to fix it if we do fix it. I don't care where we take it.
The heck is it a Ford, right?
It's a Ford, yeah.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, we can take it.
We'll go Sharpstone. I'm looking at cost wise.
Yeah, I thought we'd just get it evaluated, then decide at the next
do that.
meeting whether we're gonna
Get the estimate or what the problem is,
what
have
the problem is,
diagnose,
and go
diagnose
from
it.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah,
Then we can
That's fine.
decide where to take it from there.
that's fine.
But I'm good with Broadway if you would rather take it there. I don't
Well,
care.
no, I was just thinking, cost wise, I'm sure they're a lot less than,
Yeah.
but if they're not gonna charge us for diagnostics,
They probably will charge.
a little bit.
Want to go to Broadway? I don't care. Broadway's
Don't
good.
matter to me.
I'll make a motion.
Get it done.
Either Broadway or Wolf,
It's like a ping pong.
or Sartone.
I'll make a motion, we take
Randy,
the
where do you want
Sartone
it to
forward
go?
for evaluations,
Just get it done.
and
I'll second.
then we'll go
I
from
don't
there.
think yes.
Buildings and grounds, same thing, it's just quiet, a lot of funerals going on. We had, what, 2 last week, Nancy? Yeah, we had 2 Saturday last
Two
week.
Saturday.
One at 11 and one at 12:30, so we had 2 funerals there, and so that's busy, and other than that, not a lot going on.
I have one thing. Miss Katinsky from German Church Road, she has the ditch on the north side of German Church Road. She said that the other township put pipe in for her, but they left a gap. And they were wondering if there's something that Deerfield could do.
Okay, she's the lady who has the farm there for
Yes.
forever and a day. She's a very nice lady.
Yep.
She's right now pretty upset because of what's been going on over there. Lexington did go over and they really jacked her around. I mean, she waited for a long time. And she is on the north, which is us. So I would say we go down, take a peek, and let's see what we can do for her.
Yeah.
At least take a look. I mean,
Exactly.
I wouldn't say
I
that.
thought her property was on Lexington, though.
The what?
Isn't her property in
It's
Lexington?
on the north side, which would be Deerfield, but I don't know how far down.
Yeah, see, ours starts back in there a little
Right,
ways.
so I don't.
Let's
but
go down and look and see.
I don't know how far she, I mean, her property line could be
Yeah.
part Deerfield
Let's
and
go
part
down- We'll get down and
Lexington.
see what's going on, and see what we can do from there.
Okay, well, notify Mike.
Questions, comments?
Have you heard anything about the ball fields?
Absolutely not. We're
Yeah,
working
we
on,
just said
we're
something.
working about 16 months right now without a decision from our
I-
court, so remember that come voting day, guys, that's all I can say.
I deliberately, during the Christmas party, my wife's Christmas party up there, and I deliberately went up and just said hi to her. I didn't mention it, but I wanted to see if she would say anything. She just blew me off. So I have no idea.
Actually, I think it's kind of sad, it's been 16 months for a
Yeah.
decision like that to come out of our Portage County Court. It's
That's
not
fair.
important to anybody else, but it's important to Deerfield Township. And they're just apparently blew it off, that's all I can say.
Well, the sad part is now that all the kids and organizations have had to disperse into
Yeah.
other townships, we have no longer have
And that
kids
was-
able to do things.
That was
here.
all talked about and mentioned
Period.
the day we had the actual hearing and trial, that was all talked about. And here we are, 16 months later.
And that was even told to the people in charge of the ball field association beforehand. Cause I just knew if it came to that part, that was gonna be a problem.
Well, originally it was
They
told to
didn't
us
really
it could take 3 to 6 months. Well, it's
Yeah.
16. So,
So
and
that's it, we have no answer.
that is Pittman's magistrate, correct?
Yep.
Lori Pittman.
Lori Pittman's magistrate is the one that conducted the trial.
Magistrate
Hearing.
Pren.
Friend.
Pren.
Pren.
Friend.
Magistrate
Lori.
Pren.
Isn't her name Lori? No.
Mhm.
Diane.
Diane
Diane.
Pren. That's it. I'll make a motion. Oh,
Parker?
Missy?
On the cemetery, I tried contacting the gentleman from the Portage Marble. I have not been able to contact him and get a respond back from him. I called again today, he was not in. They're supposed to have him call me tomorrow. when
Are
he
you
comes
leaving
in.
a message for him though and he's just not calling back?
Yes, I left a message for him now. On his defense, my phone crashed right before Christmas, so if he did try to get a hold of
Oh,
me,
it's your fault
he
then.
could not. But I do have the email, and he has my other contact information. I did not receive an email or anything
If
else
you don't
as
get a
well.
call back in a reasonable amount of time, I'll call him and let me know and I'll call and see if I can prompt him to call you.
Yeah,
Because I know what it's about,
if
so.
we can get that taken care of, hopefully before it freezes, that would be great.
So far, so good.
There's one other thing I wanna ask.
So
In the
it-
future, you go get an ambulance?
Pardon me?
I said in the future, are you go get a new ambulance?
We're gonna have to at some point in
some
time in the
point, but
future,
we're not planning on it for a long time yet, but
What are you talking about, a long time?
I don't know. I'm looking at 2 or 3 more years. Is what my like would be before we get another
I
ambulance.
think the last one we had for 12 years.
Yeah, we just got that one paid for last year, didn't we? So,
So,
Time to
and
get a new one. if you
yeah,
got
I'd sure like to go 2 or 3 or 5
You wanna make a
years
donation?
without.
I'd like to get-
ambulance
I'll
payments.
make a donation, I'll.
A big
Pass
donation.
that.
I'd like to see 12. I'd like to see 12 years out of it if we can.
10
I mean, if
minimum.
not 10
10
minimum.
minimum.
Because I mean, the last one lasted 12 years, and it actually we had that issue with the heads. We didn't know what was gonna happen. That's why we got a, you know, it was just at a certain point in that engine, right at where the mileage was at is where you usually have the problems with the head. That's why we made the move so quick on those last one. Or we would have kept the other one, but yeah, so I don't know how old that is now, 5 years?
Probably
6.
6 years, probably 6 years.
Well, hopefully another 3 or 4 years.
Oh, I didn't see you, Brian. I
He
wouldn't
just,
say that.
he just got here.
I was riding around the ambulance.
Still working?
Still working. I'm on double time right now.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
How's the jet coming?
Anything else from anybody?
When
Oh, wait a minute, we got,
The water softeners, the garage.
yes. Did you talk to Mike about that? The company that, plumbing company that he had used, I guess?
He was gonna have Viking come and look at it. We can do that. I don't care. We've had 4 or 5 people look at it.
Okay. I don't think we really need to make a motion unless they just come in to look at it, so.
Yeah, I'm all right with somebody else checking out because we're using a tremendous amount of salt.
Yeah, and they're saying when they come in after the weekends, the toilets are rusty. I mean, just over the weekend, so. Yeah, we can tell them, I mean, we're not gonna spend any money, just, you know, take a peek and tell us what our, to
But it
rectify
might
the
be, there
problem.
might be an initial fee for the evaluation or something, but other than that.
That's
so-
under 500 though, so.
All right, I'm good with that. We'll try it and see. Missy, you have something?
Yes, I did. Hang on 1 second. Sorry. I was going to ask about the.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're
It's
talking
just-
about. That's being handled.
it was there. give me a moment. I'm trying to think of what it was for.
Next time.
I don't wait 2
You make her
weeks.
nervous.
Yeah, sure. No, it was something that I was supposed to ask and I can't remember now what it was. I had it and then I stopped and to make notes and sorry, it's gone.
Something you can ask next meeting?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm sure.
I wanna ask one more.
I'll remember.
I'll quit. Did, I was supposed to check, St. Clair's. They would go put a footer under the one piece up where they hit with the lawnmower and stuff. Did they do that this year?
Whoa, where
It's
at?
in front of the.
Oh, in the cemetery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was done. That's one of the
Yeah.
5. That was one of
Yeah.
the 5 we did in there.
the
Yes.
footer was put in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Just
Yeah, because I think I
couple-
talked to somebody over in Pennsylvania.
just a couple or 3 weeks ago
Yeah.
when we did the footers, that was put in.
Okay, I just happened to think of it.
Yep.
I would ask, because she'll be calling me to ask if anything had been done.
Anybody else? Motion to adjourn meeting and pay bills.
Okay. I will second that.
Yes.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Do you want these? No.
No, I already gave that.
Okay, good.